Welcome back to the Quintessential Quintuplets anime review, episode number 11. This will be the 20th episode of the anime, which is called Scrambled Eggs. No, seriously, that's what it's called. Now, you're probably thinking, is there anything related to Scrambled Eggs episode? Not really, no. Now, what adapted, this is quite strange. Yes. Now, for this particular episode, and I had to do a little bit of research on this, because, well, apparently this episode was cutting stuff from the actual manga chapters themselves. Yep, for 63, they pretty much finished this chapter right here. Yeah, they pretty much finished the chapter for 63. They pretty much went to pages 15 and 20. 64 is the one adapted fully. 65, they have the first 6 pages, and 15 and 20. Yeah, they skipped a freaking 8 pages. 66 and 67, it's like 1 or 2 pages, not really much like anything. 66 was like, basically skip pages 2 and 3. 67 skip page 3. 68 basically except for the worst of this. Adapting only 4 freaking pages. Yes, it's like they really wanted to rush this arc instead of taking their time. Yes. Things start out with Futuro, and I believe it's not Miko, but Izuki, the real one. Well, they're in the mixed bath, though she's on the women's side of the bath. And she comes over basically thanking him. And he's like, oh yeah, we're just friends. And of course she walks off. And, well, then later on you have Futuro meet up with possibly Izuki, but not the actual one. The grandfather basically points to the one he's talking to is actually Miko. And he basically asked the guy his advice, like, how in the world, now because he's the grandfather, how can he tell them apart? To a long time of experience, through mannerisms, voice, stuff like that. That's what he can tell them between all the 5 of them. And this comes to play mildly in the last portion of the episode, which that takes up pretty much from chapter 67. 68, it's just basically like a few pages. Yeah, I'm like, really? Well, there's kind of a reason for this, because this chapter, 68, actually kind of spoils the ending of the series. Well, it sets up the end of this series, where Futuro's at the bell from the previous episode, and the person who jumps on him ends up apparently doing something to him when he's pulling on the bell, and that's where the episode ends. We also get a chance to see a wonderful scene between Izuki and Yashiba sitting on the rooftop just chatting away and seeing their father walking to wherever Neno is. It's a lot of like back and forth. The one thing that's kind of bad about this episode is Futuro's father and sister are nowhere in the episode. They're in the chapters that this episode clearly adapted from, but they completely cut them out. I mean, I think you can see them briefly at the end of the episode, but that's it. I'm like, really? Why in the world would the anime do that for? That I thought was kind of dumb. Maybe they're going to... I would think they would probably throw in some stuff they cut off from this episode in next week, but I highly doubt it due to the fact next week's episode is called Welcome to Class 3-1, thus starting the 3rd year. It starts pretty much a brand new story arc the very next episode, presumably anyways, which is the new class arc. This arc is roughly 6 chapters. If somehow, now I get the fact they're going to start this arc next episode, but given how much they got per episode, I would not be surprised if this is only just 2 episodes this one. I'm still hoping before the end of the season they actually adapt the Labor Thanksgiving arc. It's only 2 chapters, and it's unknown why this arc was skipped. There's no reason why it was skipped. It's a quick 2-parter. They could easily adapt it for 1 episode, but nope, they choose not to for some reason. I don't know why. Now, I assume maybe Scrambled Eggs might be the last arc they have for the season, given how many chapters there are. But the way the season's going, I wouldn't be surprised if they end it with the I would either Futuro's birthday arc or Kaito's chip arc. So maybe we're going to chance to see one more season of this. I wouldn't be surprised about it, given how many chapters are left for the season. Well, yeah, which shows how the manga to be adapted. But not really much else. Oh yeah, there's also the thing with Miko with, of course, here's the thing. Futa figures out though we think it's Izuki. He thinks it's Izuki, but then he knows based on her mannerisms that yeah, this is Izuki, this is Miko. And then she jumps right into. Also, she's the one who actually was the fake Izuki. Yeah, this is revealed in the bath when she's taking off her robe, and you get now in the manga. There's a little bit more fan service here. You get a chance to see like some cleavage, more than just basically like just her belly and the thing, and the actual ruse itself. In the manga, you see a little more skin in the manga. My guess is they cut it probably because they probably want to cut the fan service for this episode. It's possible. I mean, heck, you probably think it's a little more fan service by showing Izuki and it's not Izuki, it's Itru and Miko butt naked. Though they at least censor that with steam. Now you're probably curious though, is this a censoring of did they show these women's actual ends in the manga? No, they never did. That actually is accurate to the manga, to the censoring, which not really a big surprise there. Yeah, but not much else to say about this. This is just okay, but it does advance the thing further. I think by far, out of all the episodes of the whole series, this has by far got the worst amount of cuts happening. Mostly up until this very episode, whenever they cut something, they usually try to put it in the very next episode. Here, they cut a lot. Yes. Though in the case of chapters 66, 67, it's not bad. It's 1 or 2 pages. 65, they practically cut out 8 pages. But the worst is 68. They cut out most of this chapter. Yeah, most of it. Not the entirety of it, just most of it. Yeah, as far as I can tell, there's no real reason for this at all, of why in the world it's like this, but it all depends exactly, on what they can do for next week's episode. It's presumed that this season is going to be 12 episodes, given the fact the first season was 12 episodes. So, we're probably going to get about 4 more episodes, because technically this is the 8th episode season. So we got 4 more episodes left, and that's presumably it. But the thing is, with this series, they haven't announced an actual ending date for this one. No, not that I can think of. Let me take a look here. Let's see. Okay, they have not officially announced exactly how long the season will last for. I assume it's going to be 12 episodes given how long the first season was. Yeah, but it all depends exactly what they're going to do. I mean, I think there's going to be about 5 more episodes left. Actually, I think 4. But that stems from how long the first season was. So, it's completely unknown exactly how long the season will last for. I'd be shocked that they actually had this last more than 12 episodes. Heck, they could pretty much adapt the rest of the manga. But if that's the case, why all the cuts for this episode? Who knows why? Okay, so that's it for particular review. Next review is going to be a comic corner and then movie review. And I did check. Apparently, Fire Force did not release new episodes today. No, for some reason it did not. I mean, I looked up and done from home. There's nothing on there that says the Fire Force was going to release today. Yeah, there was nothing about it, which is kind of weird. I mean, there was an episode released last week. Let's take a look, shall we? Nope, 20 is the most recent episode released. And I believe that was released just last week. Yeah, it was only last week they actually finished, well, where they released new episode. Yeah, 20 was the most recent one. So I think they might back to the whole thing coming out one episode every couple weeks. It's possible. But they only got 4 episodes that were released, and that's it. Yeah. Only 4 more to go. So maybe we'll get another one next week, but who knows? Okay, so that's a particular view. Stay tuned for the next view, which will be the Comic Corner. Okay, 26 video. Bye.